Welcome back, guys. Last class, we have deal with the important point that the state space analysis will depend on internal parameters. Have to know while dealing with state space, we have to know the internal parameters and input-output conditions. So we'll go in this class some advantages of state space analysis. Main advantages like so this comparing to the classical methods and state space. This classical method just use it for only linear and time invariant systems. If the system is invariant to time and it is linear, then only this classical method is involved. Like Bode plot, root locus, they all are time invariant systems and linear thing. For transfer function of linear and time invariant only, this method is applicable. Whereas in state space analysis, you can do analysis for linear and non-linear systems and time varying systems. So we should concentrate on linear and non-linear. So whether it is linear or non-linear, it's not a problem. It is applicable to both systems and time varying systems also. So time varying system means, so for example, if you drive a bike, so initially in that bike you have some fuel. After some distance, the fuel will change. So the condition of the bike also change. That is time varying. Similar way, the aircraft. So when the aircraft is flighted, take off, after some time the fuel which get changed. That means the total weight of the aircraft will be changed. So initial weight and the total weight of after some flight, there may be a change. That is called time varying systems. For that time varying systems, the state space analysis can be done. So and the similar way, in state space analysis, you can handle the system with non-zero initial conditions. So while driving the transfer functions of many systems, initially what you will do for assumption will take initial conditions as 0. But in time space analysis, you can handle that non-initial conditions. Look, many cases there will be not initial conditions. For example, if you take an RL system, because RL means current through that inductor initially will not have 0. So we have to, some inductor current will be there if it is charged to some source. So in this manner, if it is charged to some source and we switch on to other source, so initially to that before source, this inductor is already conducted, so that it has initial current. Similar fashion, for that same circuit, if you have in another input, so initial current will be there now. So in that cases also we can deal that system in state space analysis. Again, the state space method works directly with the governing differential equation in time domain. Okay. So in time domain, the differential equation, we'll see that like in state equation, so whatever the system, whatever the constraint you take in dealing, but in state equation only, you have an option of differential equation. With differential equation having time domain, we can work directly that method. So you need not to transfer it to time Laplace frequency domain. Again, another important advantage is it is applicable to single input, single output system as well as multi-input, multi-output systems. So multi-input, multi-output systems, we'll see that you have been familiar with single input, single output. Like for a system, if you have a step input, you get the output. That is single input, single output. For the same system, if we input different inputs, we'll get different outputs. So depending upon the usage and specification, depending upon the things, we deal that. Okay. So already this point I have dealt. So state equation is always used first order irrespective of the system orders. Okay, we'll deal that special case is state equation. So this state space analysis mainly deal with the state equation only. So it's always a first order respect of the system order. Even the order is higher than fourth order, fifth order, but the state equation is always first order irrespective of the system's order. So you'll understand this statement in a better manner if we go to mathematical things. So these are the normal advantages. So in this class, I want to deal with an important advantage with the usage of a practical example that you all might all know that the system behavior mainly depends on this pole location. If it is the pole location is near to 0, then we can predict that systems. So system behavior is always observed by the poles which are located to 0 only, near to 0. If the pole located far away from the zero, then the system performance will not depend upon that poles. For example, if the pole in a state space, if the S plane, this is the S plane, if you have the system order like this is a sixth order system. So the system performance will rely on this poles which are near to zero, but the system order performance will not depend on the poles which are far away from the origin. Okay, so the poles location, it depends on the indication of the system performance depends on the location of the closed loop poles. Even the higher order, by varying limited number of constants. Okay, the system has many constants. By varying limited number of constants in the controller transfer function, one can vary the location of a few of closed loop poles. Okay, by using the few constants of the system controller, we can vary the location of the poles. So in this sentence also, varying the location of the few poles is very much important in designing the controller. We'll deal this statement. Okay, this is one advantage. But in classical approach like PID lead lag controllers, the problem is that we cannot change the pole location after designing. So keeping in all this view, the state space analysis is done and improved. Okay, these are the advantages. These are all the normal advantages, and this is the main advantage I wanted to deal now. So we can have the provision, the problem where we get the provision. So we can't change the location of the poles, and we'll deal that. So I came with a practical example of a transfer function which is unstable. So this is the planned function having a 0 and 3 poles, 1, 0 and 3 poles. So if you observe carefully, we have two left has plane poles and one right plane. That is, the pole location of the system is unstable system is, we have one right side pole and two left side poles and a 0. This is -1, -2, and this is a 0, -3, 2. Okay, if you observe carefully, but straight away, if the S-plane contains, if transfer function contains any right hand half plane poles, then system is unstable. So this system is unstable. For this system unstable, we need to write it. We need to give a controller to be stable. So to cancel this pole, we have a pole 0 cancellation. So that take the transfer function, I have to take the privilege of adding one pole here. Again, to increase the steady state error, we keep an integrator, that is S. So my proposal is the controller is K into S minus 1 by S, that is integrator. I am adding integrator. So we have the PID, proportional, I have given proportional, integrator and pole 0 cancellation. So pole 0 cancellation, we are keeping 1 0 to cancel this. So now the system changes like this. So we'll add a system S minus 1, S plus 1. This is the normal system, and we are adding the controller, that is K into S minus 1 by S. So what happens? This 0 and this pole will get cancelled. Now the finally system, what we got, the open loop transfer function of this system is S into S plus 1 into S plus 3. Okay, this is the transfer function, open loop transfer function, K into S plus 2 by S into S plus 1 into S plus 3. So to get the overall closed loop function, so we'll get the final open loop closed loop transfer function. So to observe this closed loop transfer function, the characteristic equation, that is 1 plus g of s to for this 1 plus 2 first, if you take k equal to 0.5 value, we got the roots where minus 2.910 and these are the roots. For k equal to 10, we got the roots as one real one and two complex one. Okay, so you increase the k value, you will get the different poles only. So to observe my specification at that point of operation, there may be a change of poles, because every time the wanted response may be changed. So if you design for some system, like my aim is to get the poles minus 10 into some so my aim of getting the poles is minus 10 plus or minus 7 plus or minus 2j. So if I go to this controller, will I achieve this pole location? No. So there is no provision to give this pole location in this classical approach, but this aim can be dealt in state space analysis. That is the main advantage. So by keeping any constants there, what I said, we can keeping constant by varying few constants, we can adjust the pole location in state space analysis. So this by this equation. Okay, and one more thing, one more defect I observed is here is by classical approach. Actually, the system of G of S is of third order, right? And we added the controller is first order, right? If you observe, if you have common sense, what we actually deal, if we add a controller to anything, the order should be increased of open loop transfer function. So if we add something to one system, the order should be increased, right? But if for this third order, if we keep first order, we should get fourth order. What happening? We are getting only again third order. So theoretically it is possible, but practically it is impossible. Practically it is not possible. Okay, if you keep any controller means the order should be increased. Increasing order is other matter, but increasing order is also one more defect, but with getting the advantage, it's a different kind. But normally you should get third order. We should get fourth order here, but we are getting third order. So when it is real time condition, it will be some difficulty. Even though you got the real controller, but practically it is impossible. Practically you will get some difficulties here. So this is another difficulty which you used in this controller, if you use controller. And one more thing is, for this overall transfer function, I would like to do root locus for this. If you draw the root locus here, the pole at 0 and you get minus 1, the poles were p equal to 0, minus 1 and minus 3, and the zeros you have is minus 2. So poles is, this is at one pole, this is one pole, and this is one pole, and the 0 you located it here. So I would like to draw the root locus for this transfer function, obtained open loop transfer function. So as you know that the poles, the root locus started from the poles and terminated at zeros. So for this, the one root locus will start from here and will go from here. So we have p minus z. You already know the root locus. That is 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1. That is 2. That means 2 asymptotes you have. So this is one asymptote, and this other asymptote from these two poles. Okay. So angle of you have 180 into 2q plus 1 by p minus z. So you have p minus z equal to 2. That is, we have q equal to 0, 1. Okay. For q equal to 0, you have theta 1 equal to 90 degrees, and for q equal to 1, you have theta 2 equal to minus 270 degrees. Okay. So the plot, So the asymptotes will be like this. So from these two, the other asymptotes will start from this pole and will start from this pole. You may get centroid from here. For the centroid, you have sum of the poles minus sum of the zeros by p minus z. So by solving that, you got almost minus 0.5. So this is the centroid, and the poles start from here and located here. So this is the root locus for this open loop RAM. So for k equal to 0 to infinite, if you vary k equal to 0 to infinite, the system is stable. So whatever the value of k, that is from 0 to infinite, the system is stable here. But practically this is impossible. That is not possible. So the provision of unstable, proving that this system is unstable, whether it is controller, we cannot prove that we cannot judge whether the system is stable or not by this approach. But state space analysis, at their condition, we can know that system is unstable. So by analysis only, we'll get that system is unstable. So keeping that all this, by this example, I can conclude that system is not, this controller is not that much, classical approach is not that much advantageous for few systems. To deal that the problem, I have taken this example. So I'll repeat again here. The provision of pole location is not possible. Even the order is also reduced. This is another problem. Another problem is we cannot justify that is for k equal to 0 to infinite, the system is saying it is stable, but practically it is not possible. Not stable. Theoretically it is stable, but practically not possible. So the researchers while doing research, you will came to know these few systems that even in the classical approach, they were very much good results you will get. But in doing another approach, they may be not successful. So next class, we'll straight away go to state space representations, and then dealing that state space representation, we'll discuss more topics. I'll give more examples. So whatever the things, I'll be giving a few circuit examples, and you'll go do mathematical modeling. And thank you guys.